Hey everyone, it's Major Action coming at you with my latest episode of Toy Talk Timeout. Right here you'll see my latest ACBA, or one of my latest ACBA displays. This is one I did a little while back. It's a humorous take on Dragon Ball Z. I have Gohan and Krillin basically sitting in class with Piccolo as the teacher, and they're having a good time. Gohan's eating pizza, Krillin's laughing so hard he's banging his fist on the desk, and Piccolo's just looking kind of pissed off, like, what the fuck. So, thought this was really funny. I was kind of inspired by people like Os Villaruz, also known as Prince Draco. He likes to do a lot. He does a lot of humor shots. There's a couple other guys can't think of off the top of my head, but I thought I'd try my hand at a humorous shot. So I kind of like how it came out. Today, in this episode, I want to talk about the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. program by Marvel. It comes on TV. It comes on ABC, Channel 10. It comes on every Monday. It just had their mid-season finale last week, I think, or a couple weeks ago. Really badass episode. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, so don't worry about that, but I just want to talk about it because I feel like not that many people are watching the show, and it's underrated, I feel like. Also, we'll probably touch on a couple of the other superhero shows out right now. Maybe talk about the couple trailers that have been coming out. I know you guys have probably heard a ton about them by now, but I want to kind of put my take on what's going on and tell you guys what I think about the different trailers coming out, because I have a little mixed reaction compared to some other people that I've heard. And also, we're going to go ahead and check out a couple failed attempts at the X-Men video that I was making. So I'll go ahead and talk about all that coming up, so stay tuned. Okay, so here's a little behind the scenes look at my latest ACBA setup. I'm using a dollhouse my friend gave to me quite a few months back. Finally putting it to use. I'd been letting my daughter use it, and I had this idea in mind since I kind of got it. I had to change up my concept a little. Originally, I had wanted the Sentinels stalking outside the house while the X-Men were having a conversation inside. But it was hard to get that because I kind of had to have the backdrop. And unfortunately, with being able to put the characters in, I couldn't get a good angle with the Sentinels, because I would end up shooting outside of my contained area. So as you can see, I have my backdrop back there. This is the lighting setup I had. I had this red light pointing into the bottom window, kind of showing onto the Sentinel down there, shining down into the Wolverine scene, and I had the blue light going up into the window for the Gambit and Jubilee scene. I have a couple, I have my lights both about, the one's about 3 feet away from the table, and the other one's about 4 feet, maybe almost 5 feet away from the table, because these are really strong lights that come with my light box, and they tend to look really harsh if you don't diffuse them. But unfortunately, when you try to diffuse them, you can have a problem with lighting your diffusers on fire, which I learned the hard way. So I try not to diffuse those anymore. I just kind of point them off and try to angle them indirectly so they don't shine too harsh of a light on the scene. But for filming video on my camera, I kind of need a little more light. I could turn off these lights like that. So, but I really like this scene. When I first shot it, I shot that as if it was a moon outside the window. It kind of looks like a full moon outside the window. I really thought that was cool. Also put the little, sorry, now I'm blocking out the light. Put the little X Factor poster on the wall right there. So what I have is I'm using Marvel Universe figures. I think Marvel Legends would probably scale with this dollhouse a little better. But since I'm not really showing the details of the dollhouse, I don't feel like it hurts the scene.
So I'm using Marvel Universe figures and Acid Rain figures. Those are the army dudes that are getting their asses kicked by the X-Men. Got one of them getting tangled up in the Sentinel's tentacle. And then these two. This guy getting slashed. This dude trying to run away. And this other guy that you can't really see right there. He's trying to run away too, but he's kind of... I'm using him as my stand for Wolverine. So I really like how this came out. I hope everybody kind of understood the still motion part on the bottom panel with Wolverine. It's kind of supposed to be like he crashed through on the Sentinel and then immediately jumps at the soldiers. So I hope that came off the way I wanted it to. So luckily I was able to find some really cool X-Men theme music from the cartoon that wasn't copyrighted. So I was able to put that with my video. So big shout out to the DJ that put that together. Yeah, so that's a look at the scene. And now I gotta take this down so I could do a badass new setup with my new diorama that I got in from Matt Morlock. So that's why I'm doing this behind the scenes video, because I'm gonna take this down right now. And I was really liked what I did here. Now one thing I fucked up the other day when resetting this scene, because I had it shot a different way. I'll put a couple of the test shots in here too. I freaking broke her hand off. I feel like an idiot. I opened her up just for this scene. Yeah, I broke her fucking hand off. Yep, plastic problems.
Alright, so Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has really had a turnaround since the first season. This latest season's been really exciting and interesting. Inhumans, really cool, fun change up for the series. Last few episodes leading up to mid-season finale for this season have been really crazy and unexpected. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but they're building a great story and really want to see more and more of it, at least on my end I do. It's kind of funny because in the last couple episodes leading up to the mid-season finale, they made quite a few different references to one a Star Wars, a Power Rangers reference, and even a Mad Max reference. So it was pretty funny to see the writers working those into the dialogue and stuff. If you haven't been following the show, I urge you to go watch it on Netflix. It's the best way to watch it because you don't have to deal with commercials. You can watch episode after episode. Kind of makes it probably a little easier to watch. You just got to make it through that first season. The beginning of the first season really sets up a lot of the character development. And it could seem kind of slow. I know a lot of people kind of fell off right in the beginning of the season. But I promise you it gets a lot better, and towards the end of that season and the beginning of the second season, it really ties in with the Captain America 2 Winter Soldier movie. So you get to see a lot of different contrasts and, well, not contrasts, but you get to see a lot of different connections between the two. Also, the later seasons have a lot to do with the other Avengers movie. So if you're a fan of those movies and you want a little background info going into the movies, it's really good to watch this Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. One of the things that's really kept me interested is the fact that they keep bringing in characters from the actual Marvel comics and stuff, like Crusher Creel and couple other Mockingbird people like that have made appearances and are key players in the show. So it's a really interesting different look at the Marvel universe, and if you could bear through that first season, it's a really good show. So it's really worth checking out. A lot of the other shows I'm watching right now is Flash. I've been really into that since its first season. Arrow I was into, kind of fell off of, got back into it, and kind of fell off of it again. I haven't really watched any of the Arrow this season. Caught a couple episodes of Supergirl, and they were interesting enough to me. Yeah, it's kind of corny. The girl, I don't know, I don't really like the actress that they got for Supergirl, but it's a look into the DC universe, and there's a lot of comic connections in the show. I mean, I've only seen 2 episodes, but I've heard a lot more revealed to me, and that's what got me wanting to watch the show. So the episodes I caught were interesting enough to keep me watching it. Yeah, like I said, it's a little corny, but it ties into the DC universe, and I really like. I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with Batman vs Superman and the upcoming Suicide Squad movies. I recently saw the trailer for Batman vs Superman, and unlike a lot of people, I was actually really excited for it. One of the things I like least about it was Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, or that's who we think he might be. A lot of speculation on his character, but he was probably the thing I liked the least about it. The thing I liked the most was Wonder Woman scene. I thought that was really, really cool. I mean, a lot of people were complaining that Batman was looking like a wuss, hiding behind his hands when he was about to get blasted by the Doomsday-looking creature, which I think was cool. I thought it was Doomsday. Right as soon as I seen him, I was like, oh, that's Doomsday. I can't believe they're going there, but that's awesome. And a lot of people are hoping it's not Doomsday, or hoping that's not what he's going to look like. People are saying he looks like a rip-off Abomination or Michael Bay Ninja Turtle, but I mean, I'm just excited to see what they're gonna do. I mean, it's been so long since I've been interested in seeing a DC movie. I wasn't really into Man of Steel, and I really didn't like Dark Knight Rises, so I was hoping, I heard that they were going to reboot the Batman movies in a comic-style universe, but I don't know what they're going to do with that anymore. So this will be the first thing from DC that I'm really stoked to see. I'm pretty excited for Suicide Squad. The only thing that kind of irked me about that was seeing Will Smith as Deathstroke, or as Deadshot, in the part where he says, I guess we got to save the day. I mean, like, to me that was kind of whack. I don't know. It didn't seem like Deadshot character to me. I don't know. If anything, it'd say like, "Oh, time to go die" or something like that. That'd be more Deadshot-y to me. But anyways, the Civil War trailer, I'm gonna have to watch that one again. The first time I watched it, I was very underwhelmed. I wasn't as impressed as most people were. The Black Panther was cool, but to me it wasn't that impressive. They could have done a lot more. I mean, I was hoping to see a couple more characters, maybe even just a little glimpse or something. I don't know. The Avengers team's just gonna get kind of stale for me. I can't wait to see what they do with their take on Civil War, because I've always really liked the Civil War series. I have like the whole comic collection of the Civil War, every single spin-off and stuff on my computer, so I'm really into that whole story arc. But I'm really interested to see what they do with it, considering the way they've set this up is completely different than the comics. So it's gonna not be anything like the comics. So that's what got me most interested. But yeah, most of all, overall with that one, I was pretty underwhelmed. So I'm still excited to see it, but I just wasn't excited about the trailer. One trailer I really liked was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2, Out of the Shadows trailer. That was really cool. I thought it was really brought me back to the days of watching the cartoon with Bebop and Rocksteady and Baxter Stockman and all the craziness that was going on. The Turtle Van, that was just I think they finally took some advice from fans and kind of went more with what we traditional Ninja Turtles. I mean, I wish they would change the design, but they kind of did it, so now they got to stick with it. It'd be kind of stupid to go back on that. But at least they're introducing some characters that we know, not some whack-ass Shredder. He'll probably make an appearance again. Hopefully not as wacky as he was last time. But anyways, yeah, so that's it for talking about movies and trailers and stuff. If you guys agree with me or disagree on anything, let me know in the comment section. Give me a like if you liked this episode. It's a little different than what I've been doing. If you guys like this, I might do this style more often. But if not, give me a dislike and I'll know I'll know not to do it again. Alright, you guys, have a good one. Thanks for watching.